Okay, so we live in a day and age where a lot of people are not really fond of what they're doing. And for quite some time, many, many moons ago, our parents, our grandparents, and their grandparents have all lived by this philosophy that you just work and do what you got to do, support your family. You don't follow this passion thing. This is a new thing or whatever. And that's what it is. And the ones who did follow their passion and did the things that they want to do, those are the ones that succeeded. And those are the ones who, those people who had those conversations about you don't follow your passion, they work for the ones who dreamed and actually executed their ideas. Right? So we have much data on that, and we know for a fact that that's actually the true thing. And all of us that are sitting in this space now should know that and be pursuing that. So with my mastermind, I created this concept because I've studied many different ways of financial gurus and business gurus and the way they did it, and I kind of tweaked it and saw loopholes in it, and I said, you know what, I'm coming up with my own concept, and this is one of my concepts of what I'm creating for my system, and that is the Freedom Account. If you're watching my channel right now, you should have a Freedom Account. Now, what's a Freedom Account? Everyone wants to leave their job, but most people want to leave their job prematurely. You let your emotions get in the way, and you start this new journey that you want to, embark on, and then all of a sudden you're back to the beginning because you didn't do it the proper way. You didn't give yourself enough cushion. So my system is, as soon as you have the first thought of I'm ready to leave that job, immediately you should activate the Freedom Account. You should be having money in an account, and I'm going to go extreme with it because I don't want you going back to your job. I want you to actually have something in place that's going to help you. Not only have cushion from your job, but to stay away from your job and to move in a better situation than you're in when you have your job. And what is that thing? You have to have an account that has at least a year's worth of income, 1 year, of what it costs you to live per month. Now, some of you have an extremely expensive lifestyle. You need to work on that. Because a lot of the things that you think you need in your life, from the video games to the expensive electronics to the big camper to all these things, you can't afford those things. If you really want to leave, sacrifice has to be the leader in this transition. Speaking of sacrifice, I have a good friend from Kuwait. Well, I'm sorry, not from Kuwait, that I served in the military with. Her and her husband went to Kuwait. Her husband went over first, and I want to say, because people who would get out of the military in Kuwait, they would go over and try to get these government contract jobs and make six figures, but a lot of it would be tax free. Well, I mean, not all of it. They would be 100% tax free. So they would go over and sacrifice. So he went over first for 2 years, and she would go visit him. And I think she got to the point where, look, I can't do the sacrifice like that. I don't want to. I married my husband, so she went to Kuwait to work along with him. She found a position, and then at this time, then they left their kids back, right? So then the sacrifice of the kids, not being with the kids and things like that. Then it was like, now the kids are going over years later. Right? And then they spent some time, and I think they did about another 2 years from that. And then just finally, after all that sacrifice, and kids are still, still going to school and stuff like that, they posted a picture of their huge house and their cars. And if I was a betting man, I probably would think that that's probably paid off. But it's a sacrifice. You can't. Just because you whining about, I hate it. Because at the end, they were hating it too. I could see her post, and she was just like, I'm ready to come back. Because once you get set on, I'm ready to come back, then that's when it really hits you, and it's on your mind every day. Like, oh, it's painful. But we're talking about 5-6 years of sacrifice to put themselves in a financial position where they're totally totally now can be, on the wealth track. But it didn't come easy. So for those of you who think that this lifestyle and doing what you need to do comes easy, you're sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. And I want you to get that thought out of your head. So, with that said, guys, thank you for all that you've done for watching me, whatever. I hope that these words have somehow penetrated your soul and helped you in life. But I wish you the best. And like I said, if you want more, join the mastermind and we can hold you accountable to you actually making this transition. Because let's not do something that we feel we should do for the rest of our lives and we hate it. Let's stop that. Let's end this culture of doing that. Because I promise you right now, you don't have to do it. But you got to start sometime. So, with that said again, thanks again. And until next time, signing off.